all this we did, we achieved local markets and international markets. The local markets, we achieved a contract with the Nalem, who produced our clothes, with the local people, Kobo Beads Association, so that they will buy the beads from them for accessories for their products. We also secured markets with Ken Beads, Sarah Beads, and Miss Malaika Pageant, where Miss Malaika Pageant, during their traditional sessions, will order beads from Kobo, and they will give them airtime advertisement so that people will know more about the product and buy. Those were for the local markets. For the international markets, we target with the website. We have Botho website, which is www.bothoinitiative.com. From here, you can all check it out and order your beads from the site.
Let's hear it for our candidates, ladies and gentlemen. They chose to do a very brisk presentation, and if any one of them is impressing you, kindly send a text of his or her name to Tigo short code 1750, or that same number 1750 across networks. If Uma is still with us, so if she impresses you, please do send a text of her name to that short code. The final group, ladies and gentlemen, that I want to introduce to you for their presentation named themselves the JESC group, made up of Catherine, Sandra, Enoch, and Joseph. Catherine, Sandra, Enoch, and Joseph.
The JESC group decided that for its socio-economic impact task, it will identify a group, an underprivileged group in our society, and we hit upon the Christ Faith Foster Home, popularly known as Fafraha Orphanage. The strategies we adopted was that because we're starting from the scratch with no financial base, we would raise money and we would choose a group and identify a need and find a way of initiating a project that will satisfy that need for a long-term benefit, so that long after the challenge is over, the program will continue to go on. Our project was to establish a small-scale commercial snail farm for the Christ Faith Foster Home. Why Christ Faith Foster Home? We chose that group because it's an identifiable group. We realized a need that they were economically handicapped in terms of internal generation of funds. Many orphanages in Ghana depend on donations from individuals and groups to support their financial activities. We said we'll give them something internally that will support them all year round. Again, we chose that group because it houses some of the most underprivileged children, children who have lost their parents, children whose parents cannot afford to look after them, and children whose parents are mentally unstable. Why Snail Farm? Because our country depends so much, about 60% of our GDP comes from agriculture, we decided to boost that sector of the economy. Again, it requires a low startup capital, and yet there's a ready market and low operating cost. Again, snail has a high nutritional value. Compared with other meat products on the market, it contains the highest amount of protein and amino acids. Snail cultivation. We are cultivating the giant African snail, known as Achatina achatina, or in local parlance, Mwapa. We chose snail because they are hermaphroditic, they are prolific, they are herbivores, they have few pests and diseases, and yet they are a good source of calcium. Our proposed impact was that there will be a constant source of income for the orphanage. There will be useful skills learned by the participants in the project. Upon our financial forecast, we realized that if we have the current rate of inflation is 15%, if we can keep this rate, or our projections for the next 5 years shows that it is at the inflation rate of 320% that our project will fail, meaning until we get to that length, there's no way our project is going to fail. The location of the farm is on the Fafraha Orphanage. It has a dimension of about 4 by 8 square meters, and there are 4 pits for different stages of the snail's growth. What we did for sustainability, we found caretakers who are residents in the home, and by this, then they have more affiliation with the farm, and they are most likely to appreciate and work hard for it. We also trained the caretakers in snail cultivation, and we found them an affiliate, an existing farm in snail farming, to serve as consultants and also as a provision of markets for them. Our SWOT analysis. Our strengths are that we got interested, committed, and well-trained caretakers. We also have a ready market. Again, because of low cost of maintenance, we are likely to put back all the money we get into our business and the affiliation with an already existing company. Our weaknesses: snails have high mortality rates that can go up to about 50%, but because of the training we've given them, hopefully that will be averted. The opportunities we have: there's a lot of opportunity for growth, especially in the agricultural sector, and the export market is so huge. Threats: theft, as well as predators such as ants, termites, but because of the locks we've put in, hopefully that will not occur. Limitations: there was lack of logistics or statistics, especially for Ghana, with reference to consumption rate, exports and imports, and then the time constraints within which we were taxed to work. Thank you very much.
Let's hear it for our candidates, ladies and gentlemen. Enoch, Catherine, Sandra, and Joseph. But Sandra and Joseph are still on the bill, so if they impressed you, please send a text of either name to Tigo short code 1750 or that same number across networks. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the challenge. Let's hear it for our candidates right now as they leave the stage. They will be returning for some more presentations. Let's hear it for them, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as you heard at the start of this particular task, this task was for them to identify a group of people and help create an economic opportunity for them. That's what they've done. That's what they have presented to us. Shortly, there are some other presentations that will be coming your way, and I hope that while you call out their names, you vote for them. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not one of the candidates. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you a young man who was discovered on a stage like this some 4 years ago, also with a great talent. And he has this gift that makes people smile and sometimes burst out into a little chuckle or even a laughter. We like to call them comedians. If you join me with a round of applause, let's welcome David Oscar, who's got some presentations for us before our candidates return.